and welcome back to Moose Talk Answers Behind the Antlers. Nick Lalpuis with you here, and today we are joined by three-time former Mainer, Shaine Hughes. Shaine, it is so great. Thank you so much for joining us. What has it been like for you over the past few months, hopefully staying active?
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for having me. Yeah, over the past few months, I've gotten a new job, and I've been working from home, luckily. But yeah, that's about it so far. There's not much going on.
Hopefully enjoying finally some sports back on television, right?
Kind of, I'm a Phillies fan, so it's been a little bit rough.
Uh,
But I mean, yeah, definitely enjoying being able to watch sports again, for sure.
Well, that is fantastic. All right, we're going to get right into it. So, obviously, a three-time former Mainer. What was it about Sanford and the Mainers organization that kept you coming back for those 3 years? What were some of your favorite memories of playing at your time in Sanford?
So I would say that the main things that got me coming back, my first year, Coach Izzy, he was awesome. He was one of my favorite coaches I've ever had. And Coach Morris, who ended up being the coach for the next 2 years that I was there, he was the assistant my first year. And those guys were just great. They really they did everything to help me out.
Mm-hmm.
Anything they were there for me. The fans were great. The stadium was awesome. Everything about playing in Sanford was great. But the main reason probably why I came back all 3 years was my host family. I lived with the Arrowsmiths, Chad, Millie, Ethan, and Emma, and they were awesome. I couldn't ask for a better host family.
It's been really cool talking to former coaches and former players, just talking about how much the Mainers mean to that town up there, and especially a lot of people have brought up their host families. So again, that's great to hear that so many people have had such positive experiences with their host families their time up in Maine.
Yeah, I think the Mainers do a great job with putting people in, finding good host families and putting people in the right spots. I think that they do one of the best jobs in summer ball.
All right, so we'll get into this next question here. This is from a former teammate here. This is from Ben Wessel. He asks, who was one former teammate that you had problems with more on the mound?
He wants me to say him. He knows it's.
He does have a little hint in there. Hint, it's probably me.
Yeah, we went back and forth nonstop for those 3 years because he would always say that he could get me out. I'd say that there's no way he was going to get me out. But the sad thing is we never got to actually face each other because we're always on the same team. I ended up playing. He went to University of Rhode Island. I ended up playing them in like a preseason game in college, but he was hurt at the time, so he throw, and I was
like, he was hurt. He didn't want to go against you, right? Well, that's always fun. Do you have any other kind of fun stories from teammates, maybe on those road trips throughout New England?
The one thing I can think of is my roommate for 2 of those years in Sanford, Chris Gaetano. He was also my teammate and roommate at college at Monmouth. And there, I mean, if you ask any of the guys that we played with, there's countless stories from Gaetano. But the one that I remember most, we had a comeback game against North Adams, and there was a play at the plate for the game-winning run. And we were all celebrating already, and he brought the water cooler out, ready to dump it on the guy at home, and the ump called him out at home. So we had to go in. But he said, you know what, I already got the water cooler out here, I'm dumping it anyway. And he dumped it all over and we had a water delay because the box was underwater. That is a memory forever.
That's something that you don't see very often.
Only ball.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the great thing about summer ball is you get some great stories like that you would never see really anywhere else.
Absolutely.
All right, and moving on now, we have one of your legendary moments as a Sanford Mainer in your 3 years. We have video. Let's go ahead and check it out. What was going through your mind when you made contact with that baseball? Did you know right away it was gone? Because the people in the front office, they told me that that's the first time they've ever really thought as soon as contact was made, oh, that one is gone.
So I definitely knew it was gone when I hit it, especially with the short right fence in at Sanford at Goodall Park. But I remember that perfectly. I remember it was 0-2 count. Pitcher threw me two curveballs first two pitches, and I said they might have been the two best curveballs I've ever seen. I really hope he throws a fastball here, and he did. And I just ran into it, but once I hit it, I knew it was gone, and it was the best feeling. It's probably the best feeling I ever had on a baseball field.
Well, just watching that video and seeing the crowd go crazy. I mean, that was something that was just really cool. And I'm not sure if you realize this, but the fans in Sanford still talk about that home run a lot.
Well, that makes me feel good. That's that's a cool little tidbit to that. But I mean, that's awesome. It's like I said, it was the best moment of probably my baseball career, and I'm glad that other people got to enjoy it as well.
So you talk about the Goodell Park, and clearly, I mean, that's everyone who's a Mainer. Hopefully, anyone who plays in that league would be one of their top ballparks that they've got to play in. But during your 3 years in the league, what was another ballpark that you really enjoyed besides Goodell?
I think it's a tie between Keene and the Newport Gulls.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That Newport is one of the strangest fields that I've ever played at. They got a 50-foot high fence all the way around, a bar in right field with no foul line. The dugouts are on the same side. That field is fun to play at. Keene was fun because right center was about 280 with a big barn that you could hit.
Yeah.
But other than that, there was a lot of bugs. But Newport, I would say, is probably my favorite.
And those are always, we've been bringing that up throughout the summer, asking players, coaches, and those seem to be the two that everyone brings up, obviously, besides there in Sanford. So the next one we have is from another fan asking, what position did you play in the outfield? Or maybe what was your favorite position you played as a Mainer?
So I played first and third base as a Mainer. I primarily played first in college for my first 3 years, and then I moved to third my senior year. And then after college, I played almost no first base. So if I had to pick a favorite position, it was probably third, but I think I played first mainly for the Mainers.
Oh, okay.
But I enjoy the corner infield. It's basically the same position. Just a lot of things involved at first place, but I like the corner infield for sure.
Oh, all right. There you go. And then we do have, obviously a lot of fans get to watch this. We get some younger ball players get to watch this throughout the summer. What is some advice that you would give to kids who are wanting to take that next step? They're going to high school, or maybe they're still in middle school and they want to keep elevating their game. What advice do you have for the younger kids looking to get to that next level?
Well, definitely never give up. Don't listen to anyone saying that you can't do anything or that you're not good enough, because that just means that you're not good enough at that time. And if you keep working hard and you keep training and you get stronger and you get faster, you can get better, and you can do it. You can do it. You can definitely do anything that you put your mind to, as long as you put the work in.
Yeah, we had Coach Scott Brown was on a few weeks ago and talked about what they look for at Vanderbilt. And, they always, obviously, if you have the velocity, stuff like that. But the main thing is they look at the heart of the player. They really dig in and really try hard. So that's always great to get some advice from coaches and players for the younger kids who are looking to take that next step.
Yeah, and that's another thing with the baseball lifestyle is a grind, and you have to 100% be committed for it. You play a 50-game season, 52-game season, I think, in college, and if you're lucky, you play longer into the postseason, and then you go right to summer ball and you play about another 50-game season there. So that's a lot of games. to play and not a lot of time.
Yeah.
So you got to be dedicated. You definitely have to be dedicated.
It's a grind for sure. And one thing that we've gotten throughout the first couple of fan feedback or some reaction from fans, they always want to know, did you have a go-to pregame snack or maybe a snack in the dugout? We've heard from Izzy that really their whole thing was just an iced coffee in the dugout. But I don't know if you had anything particular, if you went to a certain restaurant or something before. I also have heard that everyone went to Applebee's after the games because that was the only place open.
The only place open past 8. But my host mom would bring me a Subway sandwich before almost every home game. And so I guess that was my go-to, a chicken bacon ranch Subway sandwich.
There we go. There you go. Fueled properly right there.
You go.
And the last thing we have, obviously, very busy, want to get you out of here in a quick manner. So in your final year, Izzy awarded you with the Neil Oakson General Manager's Award. What did that award mean to you, in your final year, spending so much time with that organization?
It meant a tremendous amount to me, just because told me how much that the front office and Izzy and the managers and everyone with the Mainers, how they felt about me and how they really made me feel comfortable and welcome and a part of their family at the Mainers. And I was honored to get that award from Izzy because I know how much that means to receive that award. And it was awesome.
It's definitely a great honor. Again, thank you so much. We don't want to take too much of your time. I'm enjoying the Mainers shirt, though. I still got to try and get myself a hat. But again, thank you so much for joining us. We love getting shout-outs to the host families, to the fans up there in Maine. We'll be back again next summer. We'll get some action going again next summer. But Shaine, again, thank you so much for joining us. Any other words or final things to the fans?
Go Moose.
There we go. I like it. That's the way to end it. Shaine, again, thank you so much. And we'll keep in touch. Go Moose.
Sounds good. Thanks, Nick.